This video is for you if you're thinking about getting an electric heat pump for your swimming pool. And there's all kinds of heaters. There's element style electric heaters, there's natural gas heaters, propane heaters, solar heaters. One of the types of heaters is really great in some areas, not so great in others, and that's the electric heat pump. And it also comes down to your expectations of use. So what does all this mean? It means that you have to consider a couple of different things here. Like, where are you? Are you located in Florida? Are you located in, Ontario, Canada? It's going to make a big difference about which heaters are going to work well and perform well in your area. And you have to look towards things like, what's the cost of electricity? You're going to use a lot of electricity. When I talk to people about electric heat pumps, whether it's a new pool build or you've got an existing one with or without a heater, you're thinking going electric heat pump, I say to them, what is your intention here? Are you trying to extend your swimming season into the colder shoulder months? Or are you simply trying to improve your regular swimming season temperatures? That's a really big point here. Traditionally speaking, electric heat pumps are best suited for increasing the regular swimming season water temperatures. They fail to perform well or to meet the expectations of a lot of pool owners if you are trying to extend your swimming season. And the reason simply is just the amount of BTUs, the amount of heat that an electric heat pump can output is a lot less than what a gas-powered, like propane or natural gas-powered heater can provide. And swimming pools are huge, and it takes a lot of heat in order to raise that water temperature. And because of the large surface area and being located outside, it's just, you lose heat readily. And so there's a lot of stuff to consider here. And heat pumps usually aren't the right thing to look to if you want to extend your swimming season into the colder shoulder months. Where heat pumps work well are places where it's traditionally warm and sunny all the time, because then the heat pump can provide efficient long-term heating for the water, making it, slightly warmer than normal. But this falls under regular swimming season, just increasing the temperature a little bit. When you're in a cold area and you want to go from 50 degrees Fahrenheit up to 80 or 90 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's still cold outside and it's still cold overnight, an electric heat pump is probably not going to get you there. It has a high, BTU output potential, but that's like its optimum amount of heat output. When it's cold outside, it doesn't perform to that same level, or if it's not installed correctly, it can't perform to that level. I describe them often as like a supercharged solar heater. So picture a solar heater, but like some super fancy one. If it's cold outside or it's nighttime, well, the solar heater is not doing anything for you. No matter how many steroids we inject into it, it just can't produce any heat. And a heat pump is kind of the same thing. If it's cold outside, like, yeah, we can run the heat pump, but we might squeeze a couple of drops out of it, but really, you're not heating up your swimming pool. Certainly not when it's cold outside and, the overnight lows are still low. Even to that extent, if it was more optimal, it's a little bit warmer, we're not quite at the beginning or the end of the season, a heat pump can barely provide enough heat for the pool such that really you need to cover the pool. I don't know if that's something that you know or not. If you get an electric heat pump, you pretty much have to cover your pool, whether you have a automatic cover or you have like one of those bubble wrap solar blankets that you put on your pool, or I guess even just using the liquid solar cover product. Any of those technically would work, but I prefer an actual physical cover versus the chemical product if I can, get away with doing that. But it's inconvenient, right, to drag that solar blanket out. You shouldn't leave it on all day the next day. You're supposed to take it back off the pool during the day so that the pool can circulate and breathe and all that good stuff. So there's this like pretty intensive maintenance schedule where you're putting on the cover and taking it off every single day. But that is what you would need to do if you wanted to get the most out of an electric heat pump. And certainly if you're trying to extend your swimming season at all, pretty much what it comes down to is if you want to extend your swimming season into the colder months, you need a gas-powered heater, natural gas or propane, pretty much. If you have reasonable expectations of heat. You're not trying to extend your season, or you will, to whatever extent you can, but you understand the limitations of this thing that you're purchasing, that it's not just really a anytime heat. Like I describe a gas heater like having a little slot in the front, just feed $100 bills into it and it'll make your pool warm any time of the year. Christmas Day, no problem. Everybody can go swimming. Just have somebody pumping $100 bills into the front of that heater. An electric heat pump's not like that. You could run it, you could feed money into it. It just can't perform when it's not warm and sunny outside. And that's why an electric heat pump should be installed in like a place where it has adequate direct sun, as much direct sun as you can get, and lots of space and loads of drainage. They can condensate up to 5 gallons of water per hour at times when they're operating. So that's a ton of water that they're going to be dropping onto the pad that you need to account for. And if your equipment pad's located inside or in the shade or something like that, well, then you got to remotely locate your heat pump. That's something else that a lot of people don't realize, because the heat pump needs to be in the sun, or else you're just not going to get optimum performance out of it. So yeah, there's a lot to consider here. If you're wanting to go towards a heat pump, they work best when you live in a warmer climate area. They work best when you're not trying to extend a swimming season into colder shoulder months, but just get really efficient day-to-day heating like you would get out of a souped-up solar heater or something like that. If you found this information helpful, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And you can check out my website, swimmingpoolsteve.com.